The one I want to end on, and he tried to worm his way out of this. I'm not letting him. Emu H Plays, or Danny, tweeted us earlier saying, I'd prefer Xhaka over Rice for Arsenal. Rice plays it sideways and backwards way too often. Perhaps it's something that will come with time, but I see him more as a Thomas Partey replacement. Now, I will say again, Danny tweeted me at half-time after I said that Declan Rice had been the best player on the pitch, trying to sort of, get out of it and go, no, okay, I was wrong. I was trapped in the comment. I'm not letting you do it, Danny.
Yeah.
Absolute bollocks. Like, I'm sick of hearing this. He doesn't even play for my team anymore. I've been hearing nothing for years of just, all he does is play sideways and backwards and he can't pass forwards. It's nonsense. He's doing it for ages for West Ham. He's doing it now in a really good Arsenal team. He's just really good and people need to accept it. He's just a really, 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 really good Premier League midfielder. You can go now.
Yeah, I thought he had a great first half again. I think obviously when the red card came in and like Arsenal sat back a little bit, and again, like, this is another game where, to be fair, like they defended really, really well with 10 men. Yeah. But it was another game where I could very much see them dropping points at the end of it. And it was the same with the Forest game as well. Like, they have this unerring ability to look like they can drop points in a game where they should be 4 or 5 goals ahead. Like,
I thought about it when I was watching the game, and it actually impressed me of how, because I think last year they would have dropped points.
Yeah,
I'm not saying this is because of Rice. I think it's not, but I think they've actually. I wonder if Arteta sort of looked at what happened last year and thought, okay, maybe this year it's about being a little bit more stable defensively, or maybe just having just slightly better in-game management in certain situations. So I feel like last season Arsenal probably would have, maybe not with the red card, but let's say there was 11 men on the pitch, they still would have probably pushed for the second and third goal, and that would have maybe left them open to a counter-attack. Whereas I feel like once they got the goal, they were happy to sort of drop back a little bit and happy to let Palace have the ball a bit more. And obviously when the red card happened, I said it on Twitter, the Arsenal were playing prime David Moyes ball. Like they were just sitting back, 2 banks of 4, midfielders camped on the edge of their own penalty area, and they didn't really look like conceding. I know like Eze had that moment where he went over a little bit easily and tried to get a penalty basically, but I actually thought it was quite impressive how resolute they looked and just how disciplined they were out of possession as well, because like you say, we've seen this from Arsenal in the past where they just sort of collapse under that pressure and concede. But if they can play certain games this season with that sort of attitude and that sort of off the ball work and say defensive resolution, I think it could be the difference from this year in terms of how high they finish in the table. No,
definitely. And it was a really good show of, all right, we're down to 10 men, break us down then. And whilst Palace did create some chances, like there's a couple of good saves, some good defensive, some good defensive awareness, looked a lot more solid. So if they can keep it up, if they can play like that when they're, again, they should have been 2 or 3 goals up by that point, but they weren't, but they didn't drop points. So like showing that resolution might see them challenge Man City for the title again, maybe even push them to go for the title again. We'll see. I still think that Man City are streets ahead, but I may be proven wrong. I kind of, now the treble thing's done, like I kind of just want to see someone else win it now.
Like, I'm the same. I'm same.
Like, you know what? I'm getting a bit bored of this. So even if it's Arsenal, and God, I'll have to mute every Arsenal fan on Twitter. Even if it's Arsenal, then fair enough. Let's see it happen. Whatever.
So at least it's someone different, right? At least it's someone different.